JHK here for the AllStar, and join me right now from the ATL, this highly touted welterweight Robert Hale. Thank you, Robert, for the time, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm actually just heading home. Well, parking actually. Finished parking and stuff. Trained. I had my one a day today, so I trained. Woke up this morning at like 5, ran, and then did some sparring today around like 1:30. Finished around 2:30, and just enjoying now.
All right. The first thing I want to jump into is your lineage. It says right here on your Skype, Robert Hale III. So there must have been two before you, right? Can you take us through that?
Yeah, my grandfather, Robert Hale Sr., and then my father, Robert Hale the second. Love my grandfather to death. He did everything. He basically birthed my dad, who birthed me, and I actually, I'm right now. I'm actually at my parents right now until I get a house and stuff. I've been enjoying the time with my dad. I love that man. That man created me. He also embedded in me like all my will, my knowledge, who I am today. I'm just a spectacle of him. So that's what it really is.
Any martial arts or what you call it, fighting in their past?
No, that's the crazy thing. I'm like one of the first, so I'm actually happy about that. I'm the first one. Other than of course, fights when they're younger and on younger days and other than that, but no martial arts. I wish we would have started this. I wish I would have known martial arts when I was younger. I would have probably appreciated a lot of more things better, and I would have took a lot more. I would have took a lot. I would not going to say I underestimate life, but I would have definitely took life a little more serious when I was younger.
For sure. Were you exposed to martial arts when you were young though, or was it something that you just saw on TV?
Yeah, so I saw like when I was I believe like 2014, 15. So we was watching Strike Force. Strike Force used to be really big and popular back in. This is before and after Nick Diaz won the belt. He was making a tear in the Strike Force. Daniel Cormier won the Grand Prix and stuff. That's when we was watching it then. And my dad kind of nudged me one day. He was like, "I think you could do that." And I was like, I kind of like brushed him off. But then I woke up one morning and I was just like, I think I'm gonna try this.
All right.
I'm gonna try it out.
What do you think your father saw in you that he thought that, hey, you could do this? There's no problems.
Rough. I know I was really rough in not middle school, in high school. Played football, played linebacker. Even when I went to South Carolina State University, I tried out for linebacker. Definitely would have played if other school-related things didn't happen, but I definitely was an aggressive person. Not like a more of like a aggressive. When I played sports, I was very aggressive. When I'm out of sports, I'm not gonna say I'm a softie, but I'm definitely not how I am when I'm playing sports. Yeah, I'm more chill when I'm outside of the sport.
Well, it's a combination that a lot of fighters have, right? Inside the gym, inside the cage, they're animals, but outside they're some of the nicest people in the world. Now, with football, linebacker, I think if there was going to be a position that a fighter would play, it's linebacker or safety. Do you agree?
Yeah. Most definitely linebacker or safety. Something that has to do with attacking each side of the field. Like, yeah. I love that. I love that.
And really no consequences for it either.
None at all. That's the fight when that's another good perk. You don't get in trouble for beating the hell out of a man. Another grown man.
All right. Now, another aspect of your career that I noticed, researching you, was your journey from 260 pounds to fighting at 155. I saw that you fought at middleweight at the start of your amateur career, and you just slowly started dropping weight. What were some revelations or breakthroughs you had while lowering the weight?
Really hard work and dedication. going to the gym, not really complaining when I know when my body's telling me, hey, let's rest, and I'm like, nah, I don't need a rest yet. I have that scheduled already. I have that plan. When I don't want to go to the gym, I need to go to the gym, and that's when I did that. I know I do that a lot more than others do, and I know that's why I always will have a step over a lot of people, from fighting, from anything, because I always think 2, 3 steps ahead of the game, and I understand that that it I understand that it hurts now, temporary hurt, feel good later. So that's what I go off of. So to definitely, hard work, dedication, that's definitely a thing in my mind that travels around. Just wanting to outdo the next person. Honestly, I just want to be able to be the greatest. I really, when I say I want to be the greatest ever, step in the cage. That's what I'm dreaming of. I know it's a lot of MMA guys out there, maybe millions, out of the world that thinks that I can be to do this, but I want to be that speck that comes out like, damn, he really did it, or that he needle in the haystack that comes out, and that's how I look at it. I gotta just keep outworking and outdoing everybody else, and that's how I'm gonna achieve my dreams and goals in this game.
When you were losing the weight and when you finally got to a landmark or like a goal that you accomplished, right, with the weight, what did you realize about yourself physically, like movement wise, and maybe even cardio?
Yeah, weight. When I was losing the weight, the process of that definitely, I started noticing, I was a lot quicker, breathed a lot better, could breathe a lot better, definitely. Move. I can move. I can cut angles sharper. I can throw my punches a lot more crisper. Not sluggish, not as sluggish. When I was fighting at 185, I was more of like a powerhouse. So I was just coming forward, trotting. A lot of the guys would be taller than me, not necessarily bigger than me, but taller than me. So I would have to be. I was always usually the inside guy. Then I fought at welterweight. I felt explosive, but it was it was more when I got to 155, everything clicked. But now that everything's clicked, and I can say that, but even now everything hasn't clicked. But it's gotten to a point where it's clicked enough to where I can show some things. Now I want everybody to see what the welterweight Robert can really do when everything's there, it's clicked and I'm sharp as ever. I move good, you know. I've been doing a lot of things.
Besides that,
Don't tell nobody.
don't tell nobody. Everybody gonna know, man. Everybody's gonna know now. But but like with yourself fighting at welterweight, you went back up to welterweight. Your last fight, this fight will be at welterweight coming up. How do you feel, besides what you just explained, about the welterweight division and fighting there, or do you plan on going back to lightweight eventually, sometime in the future?
I don't plan on going back to lightweight. I've been doing a lot of strength and conditioning. Been not bulking up, but just getting stronger. Just for the just just I've already been strong. So I guess I'm in my mindset. I'm still 260 pounds. So when I'm punching you with that weight. So I feel like it was never really. It was in like when I went to lightweight. It was more so my coach is telling me to try it out because they seen that I could cut it. So it was when I was younger, a little younger too, when I was 24 or 25. So the weight was coming off right, but when I noticed when I was like, I just decided like if you brought the intensity you fought at 185 and the speed that you brought to 155 and you just mix them together, you have a crazy monster.
Yeah.
So I decided to put that all in a little box, and we shaking it up right now. And October 23rd, we're gonna see what we get. But it's gonna be something explosive though.
All right, let's talk about October 23rd. B2 Fighting Series 137. Man, this promotion has been around for a long time. I believe it's the first time you're competing for them.
Yes, I was supposed to compete for them maybe a while. I was supposed to compete for them a while back, but some things happened. I got sick. I couldn't help that. So now I find the promoter was cool. Mr. Andy Law, he basically understood everything. He said we gonna get him on a card. It was a minute because it was hard. I guess everybody shitting chickens in their boots because they couldn't find me a fight for the longest. Then finally, we get Dan, who's this UFC vet. Believe he's coming out of retirement. He's definitely someone, of course, respected in the area. I'm never underestimating anybody. I'm more of looking through people because that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go through you rather than around you. So, it's just gonna be another UFC vet. I'm not really starstruck. I'm not none of that. I'm ready to go. Ready to show the world who I am. I'm ready to be at the top. That's why I'm really ready to be at the top.
What's the team behind you shaking that box up with you?
X3 Sports. X3 Sports is that team. My brother, who's fighting on PFL, like 4 days after my fight, Nathan Williams. We got amateurs coming up. We got Bimi Sola. You got another pro, Shamel Finley, Dimitri Miller. We got Marcus Page, who's also fighting on that card with me. We got Comanche. We got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of amateurs, also young guns coming up, as well as the vets on the team. But that's who holds me up. We may not be the biggest fight team in Atlanta, but we work the hardest. So I truly believe that, and I'm gonna keep believing that. You're gonna have to shut me up to believe that, to stop me from believing that, because I don't believe anybody works harder than me.
Do you do any?
Besides Walter McCoy.
Okay, all right, one person in the world
One
walking
person.
this planet. Now, do you do any cross training out there in Atlanta or just in Georgia in general?
So I have no problem with cross training. I just the way everything's set up, I can't cross train right now. So I have to depend on my team, and they always come through. So I really never have a problem with sharpening my iron, with getting my skills perfected or anything, because I always have my team around me, and they are looking out for my best interest just as I'm looking out for theirs.
Yeah, I can't wait to the October 23rd, man. Just by talking with you, you said you're taking that speed and that power and mixing it together. So how do you see yourself? Yeah. How do you expect yourself to take out Stiggen?
Man, I really feel like he's gonna force a takedown, and I'm gonna step to the side and kick him in his face. It's definitely gonna be one of those moments. It's gonna be a highlight for the centuries. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you it's gonna be a highlight for the centuries.
Is it the first time you're going to Chattanooga?
Second time.
Second time.
The first time, I believe, is when I fought Sid Wheeler for Valor.
Okay, Sidney Wheeler. That was back early in your career.
That was yeah. See, I fought at 170. I actually fought at 175 then. Mm-hmm. So yes.
So yeah, I guess, is there something to going to a place that you're familiar with to fight, or does it not really matter if it's a new city or old city?
It doesn't matter. I actually love I love the different crowds. The crowds, I'm not saying the crowds motivate me during the fights, but I just love either being on the away side or the home side. It don't even matter. The away side is much more funner than the home side, though, because everybody knows you from home. At wayside, everybody's just booing and hating, and I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's fun for me.
I think a lot of people love it because the expectations are not on you. Yeah. It's on the other guy to perform. So, being the enemy is always good.
Yes, it's definitely good.
All right, man. October 23rd, B2 Fighting Series 137. Robert Hale, thank you so much, man, for the time. We're going to chat many more times in the future. As yes, I know you're looking to get into the big leagues or the bigger promotions as the years go. So let's do it, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.